First of all, I want to emphasize that I think one of the most important advantages of a farmer belonging to MCGA is that they get an advocate who works for them in both St. Paul and Washington, D.C. This last legislative session in Minnesota was hamstrung by the COVID-19. Our top three priorities were better fuels, getting our E15 standard enacted, Section 179 conformity, and a buffer tax credit. On a federal level, the number one issue for NCGA was passing the USMCA trade agreement, and we got that accomplished just recently. Canada ratified it, so now all three countries have ratified it, and it is the law of the land. China, trade one deal, very important for our ag community and our products that get traded there. And also we advocated for farmers through this COVID-19 crisis and the assistance programs that were coming out of Washington, D.C. Minnesota corn growers initiated a Better Fuels initiative, and the goal of that is to get an E15 standard in Minnesota. We currently have an E10 standard. We're setting the table for that. Next session, we'll bring it back up and run it through again. We have representation on the Governor's Biofuels Conference that is going to be working on this. Our whole goal is to increase the use of biofuels, specifically ethanol, in the state of Minnesota. We think it's good for the consumer, it's good for our air quality, and it's a wonderful fuel. Our whole goal is to increase the demand for corn, and one of the big drivers there is ethanol usage. We have the renewable fuel standard that specifies that we should be blending 15 billion gallons of gasoline with ethanol. We need to have that happen. There's been a number of loopholes that the oil companies have tried to use, specifically the small refinery exemptions, that have destroyed demand for ethanol. So we need the EPA to stand up and follow the law that was passed, the renewable fuel standard, and get our ethanol blended into our nation's fuel supply. Advocacy is just one of the ways that Minnesota Corn works on your behalf.